The Appalachian Mountains had always been a place of whispered legends, a stretch of ancient wilderness where the trees seemed to breathe and the wind carried voices from the past. Locals often said the mountains didn't take kindly to strangers, and those who ventured too deep were either changed or never returned at all. That's exactly what happened to four hikers, Lena, Ethan, Marcus, and Chloe, who decided to document their week-long exploration deep inside the lesser-known sections of the Appalachian Trail near Pine Hollow, West Virginia. It began as an adventure vlog idea. Lena, the group's leader, ran a small but growing YouTube channel about abandoned places. She was bright, fearless, and obsessed with documenting forgotten corners of the world. Her last video, exploring a deserted coal mining town, had gone viral. So, she wanted something bigger. Marcus, her boyfriend, was the group's drone operator and editor. Ethan was the jokester, the muscle, and their unofficial protector. Chloe, quiet but intuitive, handled the camera and logistics. The four friends left Pine Hollow on a foggy morning in mid-October. Locals had warned them not to head toward Raven's Ridge, a stretch of trail that didn't appear on most maps. But Lena wasn't the kind of person who believed in ghost stories. Legends make great thumbnails, she joked as she adjusted her camera strap. The forest swallowed them whole. Day 1, the first signs. The first day was perfect. Blue skies, crisp air, endless trees. They filmed themselves laughing, crossing small creeks, and interviewing each other about Appalachian myths, skinwalkers, ghost miners, and lights in the woods. But as night fell, the forest grew unsettlingly quiet. Even the insects stopped. Ethan pointed out strange carvings on a tree, spirals and symbols burned into the bark. Marcus laughed it off, probably bored teenagers. But Chloe's expression darkened. These aren't random. They look like warnings. That night, their campfire crackled weakly as an icy wind rolled through the trees. Just before midnight, their drone, which Marcus had left hovering above the canopy, captured something, a flickering light moving between the trees, following them. They thought it was a reflection. But when Marcus replayed the footage in slow motion, the light seemed to move with intent, like it was watching. Day 2, the whispers. They continued deeper the next day, crossing an old wooden bridge that looked ready to collapse. Lena filmed every moment, her enthusiasm still bright, but her voice quivered when the wind carried faint whispers through the trees. It wasn't just wind. It was language. Did you hear that? Chloe whispered. Marcus nodded. It said something, but I couldn't make it out. Ethan, trying to keep morale up, joked that they were being haunted by hillbillies. But even he couldn't laugh when they found an abandoned cabin near the ridge, untouched, yet surrounded by dozens of small handmade dolls hanging from the branches, made of twigs, animal bones, and hair. Inside, the cabin smelled of damp earth and rot. Symbols identical to the ones on the trees were painted across the walls in dark, dried stains. Lena recorded everything. Her camera lens trembled. This is insane, she said. We're staying here tonight. But that night, something tapped on their window. 3 taps. Pause. 3 more. When Marcus rushed outside, no one was there. Only footprints leading away into the woods. Day 3. The light in the trees. Morning brought a gray stillness. They packed up, but Ethan was on edge. I saw something last night, he muttered. It wasn't human. They argued, but Lena insisted on going further. Just one more day of footage. By late afternoon, they reached a clearing where the forest opened into a valley shrouded in mist. There, they saw the light again, this time brighter. It hovered between 2 trees like a glowing orb, pulsing gently. Lena, driven by curiosity, followed it. The camera caught her disappearing into the fog. Minutes later, Marcus shouted her name, no response. When she finally reappeared, she was pale and trembling. There's something out there, she whispered. It spoke my name. That night, Lena couldn't sleep. The whispers returned, now closer. She kept filming, whispering into her camera about strange dreams, of faces in the trees, hands reaching through shadows. Day 4, the first disappearance. By morning, Ethan was gone. His sleeping bag was empty, his pack still there. The group searched frantically, calling his name, but the forest seemed to swallow every sound. They found his flashlight near a hollow tree. Inside the hollow, they discovered his hat, and something else, a wooden doll, carved to look exactly like him. Lena broke down crying. "We have to leave," she said. But the GPS wouldn't work. The compass spun endlessly. Every trail they took led them back to the same clearing. That night, Marcus filmed the trees again with his drone. The camera captured movement, shapes circling the camp, pale and tall, like figures made of fog. When they reviewed the footage frame by frame, one of the shapes was standing behind Lena. Day 5, the last recording. Chloe found Marcus's drone broken the next morning. He swore he heard Ethan's voice calling from the forest, begging for help. Against Chloe's protests, he followed the sound. Hours passed. Only silence returned. Lena and Chloe stayed together. The last footage recovered from their camera shows them hiding in the cabin again. Lena's face was blank, her voice monotone. "They want us to stay," she whispered into the camera. "They said this is where we belong." The door creaked open. Lena turned toward the sound. Chloe screamed, and the recording ended. Aftermath. 2 months later, park rangers found their campsite abandoned. The camera was buried near the roots of a tree. Authorities recovered fragments of the footage, but the hikers were never found. Locals still say that if you hike near Raven's Ridge after dark, you can hear their voices calling from the trees or see a faint, flickering light moving through the mist. Some nights, the dolls on the trees turn their heads toward the path, waiting for new travelers to wander too far. And sometimes, the forest whispers a name, yours.